to Witchbat Creations. Today we're gonna make Snape's wand, and I struggled quite a lot. It's a really detailed wand, and it's not gonna be 100% accurate remake of the wand, but it's coming close, but not quite. So let's get started. First of all, I just prepped a metal rod using a barbecue skewer like I did in the Elder One video. So if you haven't seen that yet, you can just click the link in the description. Then in the bottom, I just flatten it with some pliers since the one for Snape is pretty flat from the side. Then I went on just rolling out a thin layer of clay all the way from the tip until it was about 7 centimeters left of metal rod. And after that, I just made the back half of the shaft, and now I'm just going to repeat that process in a second round because it's just easier to make one half at a time. And then in the end, I'm just going to make the tip for the wand, and that is the finished one after a coat of paint. So let's get started. The first thing I did was a sketch of a rough outline of how the bottom of the wand is going to look like. I just measured, looking at pictures, what I imagine the correct size is. So I guess around 9 to 9.5 centimeters. And while making the wand, I just followed that drawing, trying to line it up and see if it roughly fit. So for the second part, I'm just going to take a piece of clay and put it on top, and then squeeze it together with the other one. Then I gotta start to work out the details after that. So after you just added the layer of clay, you can start rolling the pin on each side of this dent. And that is much easier the second time than the first time, because now we have something solid to go after. And after you've done that and you're happy with how it looks, I'm going to take a blade and, starting from the already baked line, you're going to cut a line in the clay and remove that piece, because then you get a smooth transition over to the rest of the wand. And you can knead it up and fix it as you go. After that, I'm going to start by carving out some excess clay on the long pieces because it's a little bit too thick. And just try to look at it from the side and turn it around constantly just to see that you get the shape that you want. For the details on this area, I'm just going to take a ball tool and drag 5 lines on each side towards the middle. It's difficult for me to explain what I'm going to do right now, so just try to look at what I'm doing. Just adding a little candy cane almost looking shape. I'm going to do that to all 4 of the guideline dots that I made, and after that I'm just going to incorporate them into the wand. So once I'm sort of happy with the curves going around, I'm going to start adding this circle into the middle. And it's really tiny, really detailed, and I kind of wish I had some magic here so I wouldn't have to do it. But it's going to be difficult to see, but as long as you look at a drawing or a picture of it while you do it, and it's the same principle, you add a line and then start incorporating it by dragging the outer corners into the wand. It's pretty much the same technique. So first of all, I'm just going to add the pattern, and then I'm going to go ahead and try to blend it into the wand. So now I just put out the basic lines, and I'm going to incorporate them by merging them together, and then after that I'm just going to smooth the lines into the wand like this, sort of squeeze it in on all the edges, and that is pretty much the entire texture for the wand. And then you're just going to repeat it for the bottom part and the back side. That is pretty much how it ends up looking. I can't be more detailed than that. I do not possess the patience for that. The final small detail I'm adding is some balls of clay into the top of each of the indents. Just rolling out some clay and then popping them into place on each side. After I was finished with the details, I just add on a little hat of clay, looking like a almost traffic cone, just cut off the top and then a little circle going around, and I just pop that on the wand. And that is pretty much it. The shaft is finished and it's ready for just a basic coat of black paint. So that is the finished wand. It's a lot of details and it's really repetitive, but I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching.